Hello and welcome to the Tie Show for April 27th. Today's short little recap of all the sporting news. We had a busy weekend, but just a little bit of news today as we'll get into it. Let's review the draft a little bit more as we talked about. The main pick for the Sooners was CeeDee Lamb to the Cowboys at 17. But we got some more details on Dallas in that with that pick is that they had CeeDee Lamb as the sixth best player on their board. They did not even interview him because they didn't think he was going to be available. And yeah, that he fell to him. He completely fell to him, and Jerry Jones was completely giddy for him and grabbed him. I think it's a great pickup for the Cowboys, as I've talked about. He can replace Randall Cobb, and then you also have Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper there. It helps out a ton. Another player that they drafted was Neville Gallimore from OU. They said that right now he won't start. He'll be Gerald McCoy's backup, but Gerald McCoy being older, Neville Gallimore can learn behind a Sooner player and get some experience from one of the best defensive tackles in the league. He was a little old now. I wouldn't say best anymore, but used to be one of the best. And then, as we talked about, Reggie Robinson from Tulsa, the corner. They like him because he's lengthy. They needed someone to replace Byron Jones, and I think Trayvon Diggs and Reggie Robinson can fill that gap. With Reggie being tall, they can stick him on receivers like DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones and kind of spread the field out. I know Jerry Jones, there's a little conflict going around because Jerry Jones wants CeeDee Lamb to wear number 88 because that's what all the Cowboy great wide receivers have done with Dez Bryant and Michael Irvin. But CeeDee is very fond of the number 10 because he's a big fan of DeAndre Hopkins. So we'll see which jersey number CeeDee ends up in. He wore 2 at OU, but I don't think that's going to matter as he's choosing between 88 and 10. We also had some news from the Big 12 commissioner saying that he expects football season to start on time now. Um, if it doesn't, he expects it to go halfway in fall and halfway in spring, which I don't mind that at all either. I know the NFL was also talking about that today, maybe canceling or pushing back the season to like October, doing no bye weeks and no Pro Bowl, and then doing the Super Bowl like 3 weeks later than it's supposed to be at the end of February. As long as we get football, I don't care when we get it. I'm just ready for football to be back. A little bit of a funny story is two people were arrested Monday morning in Knoxville, Tennessee, after they tried to steal beer from Neyland Stadium, the football stadium for the Volunteers. Uh, According to WVLT, which is the news station out there, security cameras captured 5 people crawling under a hole in a fence near Gate 22 just after midnight Monday morning. When police arrived, there was 2 people found inside carrying 6 packs of beer out of the stadium. Once confronted, the 2 people had admitted that they stolen the beer from the concession stands inside the stadium. According to the police, they got $624 worth of beer, and the 2 people, Rachel Barber and Spencer Nagaiman, were booked on charges of burglary. It apparently wasn't too tough of a case to crack for the police. One person admitted that the police officer warned them that it's a bad idea to break into the stadium because it's under 24-hour surveillance. Uh, it's a funny story. I mean, there's some rumors going around is that should alcohol be allowed on colleges' campuses. I don't think in this case they were just trying to get some free beer. A stadium which doesn't have anyone in it seemed like a pretty easy job to them as they got $624 worth out before the cops showed up, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. But yeah, they're in jail now. Not the smartest thing to do. Probably should have thought about that a little bit more. But what can I say? Rocky Top, Tennessee. Then we go to the NBA. As we talked about yesterday, they were going to open up the practice facilities as of May 1st for the cities that had opened their boundaries up. But Atlanta was refusing to do it because they don't think they wanted to see at least a week of how, if any of the cases skyrocketed, which is a good idea. I'm doing the same thing out here with me, with Oklahoma opening up on Friday. I'm not gonna. I'm still gonna be on watch for sure over this next week just to see how bad it does get. Um, but now they moved the date back to May 8th due to the Atlanta Hawks, which don't have any problems with. They also said that it can only be one-on-one workouts, no team workouts, and all players have to wear a mask, which is kind of interesting because I don't know how you could play basketball and wear a mask at the same time. So we'll see how that works out. And as we talked about last night too, The Last Dance appeared or was on TV, and episode 4 was about the Bulls and the Pistons rivalry. And we had Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer on the Jump today on ESPN, where they both talked about the incident that had a lot of people talking last night, which is when the Pistons, after they lost to the Bulls in '91, which was the third straight year they had played, they walked off the court without shaking any of the hands. And Isaiah Thomas said that he looks back on it now and he kind of does regret it because he thinks that's what makes MJ hate him and made MJ leave him off the dream team, which is completely true. I mean, it's widely known even in the documentary when MJ was mentioned with the Pistons, he hated him. He still hates Isaiah Thomas to this day. And there was that rivalry of how MJ said that if you put Isaiah Thomas on the dream team, I'm not playing. So I think it did cost Isaiah Thomas to play on the dream team, which he said he kind of regrets nowadays, and I completely understand where he's coming from. I know Isaiah Thomas, the point guard right now in the league, not currently on a team. He's a free agent, played for the Wizards this year. Said that a lot of people were tweeting him afterwards because they got the two of them mixed up and telling him how he purposely tried to injure MJ. And he's like, I didn't do it. It was the other Isaiah. But Bill Laimbeer came on and said straight up that he didn't regret it and that it's what the Bulls deserved if they were crybabies about it. And he still to this day stands with his decision not to shake any of the players' hand. It was his idea. He told the Pistons not to do it. And I guess you got to stick with your word at that point. But yeah, I mean, some interesting sporting news today. Not much to talk about in this world. Uh, but we'll see how everything goes on this week with some of the states opening up. I think 5 or 6 of them are opening back up this weekend. We'll see if the cases skyrocket. But around the world, you're getting news that Spain's starting to look into their soccer season, England's starting to look into theirs. So I think probably come June, early June, maybe late June, sports are going to be back. I don't think the fans will be in attendance, but we will at least have sporting events going on again, which is all we really need at this point. That's it for me right now. If you guys have anything that you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comments. Leave a like on this video, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.